Do you find yourself stuck in worry, self-doubt, lack of confidence, hurt, pain, or just not able to shift from your current experience? This is going to be the episode for you because we're going to talk about the one most important thing that if you focus on can change your entire experience. My name is Henry and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be a very powerful episode and really specific on what it takes to shift your energy. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So what do you focus on when you're struggling? When you can't see the light? When life is just not fulfilling, what is it that you focus on? I want you to think about a piece of paper, just a regular notebook piece of paper that has the lines that you write on. There's the top of it and the bottom. Somewhere on that paper, you can put a dot. In your mind, you place that dot. It doesn't really matter because in this case, this paper would actually be endless. There is no top, there is no bottom. It goes up and down forever. Where you put that, whatever line it's on, is the frequency that you're having an experience in. If you go up, that's closer to love. If you go down, that's further from love. This is all an experience for the dot that you put on that paper. That dot, of course, is your perspective point in this life. I believe that our purpose is to raise the vibration of that dot, no matter where it's placed on this paper, as high as we possibly can. The further up you go, the closer to love you get. Well, moving it up, that process is raising your perspective. Your perspective is literally your ability to see beyond self, to see beyond how things affect you. If you think of yourself like the body, this version of you that we associate ourselves with, if you think about that as a gift to the world, meaning you're having an experience here where you came to earth to grow, to learn, and to give. You see, the giving is so important because that allows you to be in flow state. Whatever you give, if that's what you're taking in, then that energy flows within you. So if you look up with every single day not really being about you and what you can get out of the day, but being what can you do for your body, for this vessel that you have, to make it the highest vibrational thing that you could give to the world. Everything that you're going through, you can just reflect now with the perspective of, how do I grow from this? How do I learn from this? What is the one good thing that I can take out of this negative situation, this painful situation, this hurtful situation, this struggle, whatever it is that I'm going through? What can I take away? Now, of course, the process you use is gratitude. You don't just say the things that you're thankful for in your experience. You actually use that to connect with what it is that you're thankful for. So say you're at a job and this job doesn't pay enough. The people that you work with are not great to work with. It's very stressful, time consuming. It's not your vision for who you want to be. And it definitely is not how you want to experience life for any length of time than more than necessary. But you need to think of something good, right? If the whole point of this experience is for you to grow and then give that growth as offering, what can you learn from that job? Well, one that comes to mind is this, is your future self. You see, if you're not going to be in that job forever, that means you will have another one. And you can take all the learnings, all the things that you see that they do at this job that are negative, that are hurtful, that are unproductive, that don't help, and then you can build an understanding of it so that way when you get into the next position, whether you go in as a leader or you just go in as the same role that you have, you become an expert in understanding what they did and why it was not beneficial so that you can bring to the table of the new job solutions to those things, alternative to those things. So you start becoming this person that went through something difficult, learned about it, understood why it was, and then brought solutions so that the next place you go to, you're bringing a different energy. You're bringing a solution-based energy. You're bringing an energy that has perspective over a negative situation. This can be applied to anything in your life. And I know that there's situations that people are in that are life-threatening. There are situations that people that are in are not just something that you can just sit and think and ponder about. But those are the extremes. Let's focus on the ones that we show up for every single day that bring us down. If you can learn to gain perspective over those, you are increasing your ability to expand. You're increasing your ability to see more than just you. You see, if it's all about you, if everything in your life is how this affects me, my life is so bad, I don't get to do this, I don't get this, everything never works out in my favor, if your whole life is all self-focused like that, it's going to be very hard to find the good. It can be very hard to find the love unless it's things that just benefit you. You get the pay raise so you make more money. You get the new job so you make more money. You get this. And although those things are good, that's not where the growth happens. The growth happens in the difficulty that we have. The growth happens in the tension in our life and our ability to raise our perspective on it. So when you start going into each day thinking, what positive can I find? As if it's a quest, as if that's your true mission on earth, not the job, not to become the biggest investor in the world, not to become the most famous CEO in the world, not to become the most impactful this or that, but to raise your perspective on anything difficult and find the love in it so that you can bring it to where it doesn't exist, to where you can bring it to others, where you can become the shining example of a love frequency that's needed in places that don't have it. If you woke up every single day with that purpose, over time, the feelings of self-doubt, the feelings of loss, the feelings of emptiness would no longer serve you. They wouldn't even make sense to you because when they creeped up, you would look at them and use your ability to raise your perspective and see how little that thing actually is because how big you actually are. You get the true perspective of what you are. You are not your situation. You are not your social status. You are not your bank account. You are not your looks. You are none of those things. You are a high-level being, an energy, a spirit, a soul, having this experience that's totally created to give you the opportunity for growth. Things aren't meant to happen for you so that you receive something all the time. You don't go through the difficult things so that you can receive the good. You go through anything so that you can work on your interior self. You can work on self-reflection. You can have personal growth within. That's what it means when everything is for you. So what do you want to do? Do you want to continue moving through life with the perspective of how do I fix this for me? I can't believe this is happening for me. This isn't fair. Or do you want to try something different? I don't believe you're right or wrong. It's all your experience. If you want to experience and feel something different, maybe it's time to try to do something different. So raise your perspective on anything that's difficult. What's difficult, where the struggle is, where the pain is the universe guiding you saying, hey, there's opportunity to heal here. There's opportunity to grow here. There's opportunity to find love frequency in this thing and create it within your own life so that you can be part of the expansion of love energy. If you truly want to understand something, go where it doesn't exist and create it. It's easy to go to a place that's all loving, that's all healing, that's all forgiving, and feel good there. What's impactful and what's good for your growth is going somewhere where it doesn't exist and finding it within and creating that feeling within. That's where you become the superhuman version of yourself. That's where you become the free version of yourself. It's all there for you. So let's raise our perspective and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on what you can do to actually make changes in your life. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're listening to this episode and you're ready to make a change, you want to do a little bit more than just study. I'm a coach. I work with people one-on-one to help them make the shift. We will create that positive vision that inspires you, that fulfills you, and then we will align your mindset. We will get that positive mindset that helps make that vision of yours a reality. And if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur and you're listening to this podcast and you want to make the shifts in your business, we can do the same thing with the Zone of Genius program. It's all about recreating the vision, reinstalling the vision that inspired you to start the business, making sure it's powerful, making sure it's exciting, and then we're going to make sure that everyone on your team is aware of the vision. Just like with one-on-one coaching, your mindset and your core values are the guidance system to make it a reality. So we'll make sure that those core values are in alignment with your vision and that every employee is operating within the core value system that you decide. After that, we'll make sure from the top to the bottom that every employee, their duties, their job descriptions are in alignment with what it is that you want to create. And if you just love the content and you want another podcast, check out my Unlock Your Abundance podcast. It's very similar to this, but it's all about tapping into that abundance, whether it's health, wealth, or happiness. New episodes come out Monday through Friday, just like this one, every single weekday. They are powerful, and I appreciate everybody that has joined in on that show as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.